Mikael, if I espouse your concept of Allah, right, being one being, one person, I'm forced by reading the Quran. If I hold to that position, right, one being, one person, then I'm forced to have to admit that the Quran teaches polytheism.
See,
and I'm trying to go there with you to show you what I mean.
Yeah, but this is your argument. You're like, oh, actually, the Quran actually presents God in a polytheistic manner. So you should have a problem.
No. I'm not saying it does. I don't believe the Quran teaches polytheism, but only in the sense that I believe in a mono-pluralistic God. I believe that it's one God, multiple persons. If I hold to one being, right, one person, and I read some of these passages in the Quran, I'm forced to have to accept the fact that the Quran teaches about multiple gods. It teaches polytheism.
Okay, but
and I'm trying to hit one place to show you that.
Okay, but why don't Muslims come to that conclusion?
Because you're not objectively reading the scriptures.
Well, that and the Muslims would have to, because when they're reading the Quran, they would believe that Allah is unlike creation. Correct? He is unlike creation. Creation is one being, one person, isn't it, DL?
Yep.
So if Allah is unlike creation, then Allah could not be a one being, one person like his creation, then could he, DL?
Not at all.
So why is this Muslim trying to commit shirk and attribute something to himself that is only attributed to Allah? That would be the one being, one personhood.
I'm going to tell you right now, Brother Chris, I have never seen a Muslim so scared
because associating with
scriptures.
We're not, because I feel like what we're afraid of.
Mikael, it's so easy to defeat these ignorant Christians. Just do it.
Is to just try to have a theological discussion before we go into scripture to understand where we fundamentally
don't want to go
and that's
into
what
the
it is.
Revelation of Allah.
But that's the whole point that I'm trying. This is the perspective I'm trying.
Mikael, I'm going to read it.
But
even if you don't want to hear it, so mute up.
It's not about reading, but before you do,
mute up. Now I'm going to read it for the sake of the audience. I have my replays on. So this is Surah, Ayah 70, Ma'arij, right? Verse 39, it says, by no means, for we is supposed to be the majestic plural, have created them, man, out of the base matter they know. Verse 40, now it went from we to I. Notice how the personal pronoun changes. Now I do call to witness the Lord of all points in the east and the west, that we, goes back to the majestic plural, can certainly substitute for them better men than they, and we are not to be defeated in our plan. So in Ayah 39, it says, we created man out of the base matter they know. Now I, verse 40, do call to witness the Lord of all points in the east and the west. Now, who is Allah calling Lord of the east and the west? Once again, Mikael, if I hold to your concept of God, one being, one person, I'm forced to have to see that this is another God whom your Allah is calling to. Now, who's this Lord of the East and the West? I'm going to go over to Surah 73. We should have already been here. Verses 7 through 9, it says, true, there is for you by day prolonged occupation with ordinary duties, but keep in remembrance the name of your Lord and devote yourself to him wholeheartedly. He is the Lord of the East and the West. There is no God but he. Take him, therefore, for your disposer of affairs. But who's the I that's calling to the one and only God, Lord of the East and the West? Once again, if I hold to my concept of God, monopluralism, one God, multiple persons, I don't have a problem. But if I hold to your concept, Unitarian monotheism, one being one person, I'm forced to have to see this as teaching polytheism.